What is good, everybody? This is JD from Charts and Capital, and today we're going to be looking at a very undervalued opportunity within the crypto space in Ethereum. Personally, I think Ethereum has a lot left in the tank, and in today's video, we are going to discuss why. If you guys find any value from this video, make sure you guys are hitting like and subscribe. And if you guys want to learn more about how I trade, how I look at liquidity, how I look at the markets as a whole, make sure you guys are hitting that link inside of my description to join our private community on whop. Ethereum over the last couple of months has been bearish. If I take a look at this, up until this moment right here, there was no clear direction. There was no clarity on Ethereum. We had no clue whether or not we were going to continue downwards or spark some interest to eventually go higher. Ultimately, we did go higher, and I'm going to explain exactly why. So this right here is my primary trading model. You guys can find it on whop. But I like to look for market imbalances. I like to look for market deficiencies. I like to buy when the market is ready to move. And how do we know that the market is ready to move? Liquidity. We had a primary trend and we had a secondary trend. Whenever you see price and time fall out of sync, which is exactly what happened here, we create a market imbalance. And that is the area that sits all within here. All of this is a market imbalance. Basically stands for liquidity. This right here is also an area of built up liquidity because it is just resistance, 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 resistance. But the one caveat here is the only reason why we trade out of these zones, out of even this zone down here, is because we have created a long pattern. So I told my group a couple of weeks ago, or whenever this was, to go and buy Ethereum off of the lows because I saw this one setup right here. This one thing is what allowed us to make over 100% gains on Ethereum. And it was this head and shoulders pattern right here. Left shoulder, right shoulder, head. Neckline sits all within here. And guess what? Price broke out of here and ended up yielding us about 100% gains into current time. If I had missed this opportunity off of the lows, no problem, absolutely no problem, because not only did we accumulate from here, but we also have been accumulating from here. Price captured sell side liquidity, ended up creating this right shoulder or the quote unquote trough of this move, played perfectly within the realm of this trend. And now we're continuing higher and capturing all of the liquidity within here. Many traders are going to wait for a pullback. I need to see a pullback. I need to see a pullback. Sometimes that doesn't happen. In bull markets, we tend to respect I believe it's the 50 EMA if I'm not mistaken, this one right here. And we don't necessarily trade back into it. So if I am correct and Ethereum wants to go higher, there is no pullback. This is it. This is your opportunity to go and make some money. So it's your choice whether or not you want to be confident in Ethereum based on the analysis I'm here to provide for you, or you're going to miss out on the move altogether. It's none of my business what you guys do. I'm just here to provide the information so people cannot claim to be ignorant and say, oh, I didn't know about it. This is your opportunity. So if Ethereum continues higher, which I think it does, what are my points of interest? Where do I see Ethereum going? Now, on my Discord, on my whop, I will provide actual setups, but in this video, I'm going to show you guys just sort of my rationale behind the why. In the Discord, in the whop, you guys can see the setup itself, but here I'm going to explain the why. I showed you guys the accumulative pattern here, here, and down here. Resistance sits extremely large all the way at $4,000 on Ethereum. But what happens at resistance levels? We have orders stuck up here. We have a ton of buy orders. People waiting for Ethereum to go and break out of $4,000 so they could potentially catch a small play. Or if they think Ethereum's going to go to the moon, they can catch the breakout. But point of the matter, there is orders sitting up here. And if all of those orders get triggered at once, stemming back from March of 2024, even to April of 2022, 3 years ago, you can potentially see Ethereum not just stop at $4,000 where most people will take their profit and then chase after the fact, but you can potentially see Ethereum go into $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 with the right move. And I think Ethereum does have the potential to go and do that. I personally do. Like, this whole thing is one big accumulative pattern. I showed you guys the head and shoulders here and down here, but are we missing the head and shoulders here as well? Are we missing this big accumulative pattern where this is your head, this is your left shoulder, and this is your right shoulder with your neckline all being up here? So again, This video is not about the head and shoulders pattern, about retail patterns, but it's about using long setups, long patterns, stuff that you can actually see, not inverse fair value gaps, ICT trading. No, we're looking at the macro picture. We're looking at where the liquidity lies, and we are seeing if this is representing a long pattern to us so we can go and buy this asset. And since the answer is yes, I think the course of action here is to aggressively buy the fuck out of Ethereum. I don't want to swear, but buy the fuck out of Ethereum. And if that happens, you're potentially seeing just into $4,000 how much percent move is this? We're approaching it very close. We are very close to it. 25%, 25% into just that resistance range. Into new highs, you're looking at, I think, 50%. Yeah, 50%. So you're making half of your money back on Ethereum. This doesn't even include trading this on leverage. This doesn't even include staking Ethereum. Overall, this is providing a great opportunity that I think a lot of you guys should be taking advantage of. If I simply draw out my Fibonacci tool from these lows to this resistance, Ethereum could potentially go to $9,400, 190% from current price. Again, if you're trading this on leverage, this gets way higher. But the only thing is, as Ethereum continues to break out and go higher, you have to play the leverage as soon as possible while we're still undervalued and close to this neckline down here. I'm actually going to remove all of my drawings. And still very, very close to this neckline down here. This is just my opinion. This is how I view the markets. My setup is already on Discord. You guys can access my server through whop. I already have all of my trading setups in there. Stop loss, take profit levels, and everything that you guys need to know about how to take this trade with confidence. Anyway, with that being said, this is my Ethereum update for you guys. Hopefully you guys did find some value in this. Make sure you guys are hitting like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in a different video. The next video that I'm posting is 5 undervalued stocks that you guys can still buy today. So this week is all about undervalued assets that are potentially going to make you guys some money. Anyway, take care, peace, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.